listeners, welcome to another great podcast. This is Satavisa. Use of AI and ML is growing in the global market more than ever. To discuss on this matter more, today we have with us Mayurakshi Das, founder and CEO of Elixir AI. Hello Mayurakshi, welcome to Analytics Insight. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, likewise, and super appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, now please tell us about Elixir AI and what makes it unique from others.
So, while there is a lot of push globally on digitization in various sectors, what sets Lexir uniquely, makes Lexir stand out is our ability to use AI and machine learning um, to generate revenue for corporations. This could be public health, it could be city development, urban development, it could be multinationals, the retail segment, healthcare, whatever, name it and have it. However, our core focus is on improvisation and automation of processes which help a certain organization generate revenue. And that is exactly what we have done for the Pune Municipal Corporation, among other host of clients. So while a lot of digitization and AI projects turn out to be expensive for organizations, there is a huge upfront development cost which goes in, which of course reaps rewards in the coming years because of automation of processes. Lexir leads with revenue generation out of its processes.
That's great to hear. Now, please tell me, how is the company leveraging new tech trends such as AI, big data, and analytics?
So, naturally, I think the timing is also good. We are at a time when everyone understands the need or has registered the need for digitization, right? So, that is, I think, one battle less to be fought. Having said that, leveraging your a company whose sole focus is really digitization using AI and ML. We are not talking of a services type of business or model where it is about sheer body shop or number of people. This is about expertise, core domain expertise. So in terms of leveraging, I don't think you need to build huge 1,000-member teams, etc. Manpower is very concise. So I think it's just a matter of really applying your use cases, your solutions to multiple domains, and the existing team, the technology team, is really agnostic, so they can apply their solutions and algorithms across domains with minimal customization. So I think that's the key to quick scaling and helping your clients jump on the digitization bandwagon quick.
Thank you for sharing that. Now, I'm interested to know what is the role of Elixir in making ML-based solutions.
Right. So that's interesting. And that is where our core expertise of a couple of decades comes in. Any sort of machine learning always depends on data, and I think most AI ML companies depend on a data vendor or the client themselves to provide them large volumes of data, or cleanse data which can be used for machine learning. I think our expertise on the data side, where we cleanse, hygiene, and maintain the data before feeding into our algorithms, is where Lexir, adds considerable value in this whole AI ML machine, kind of chain. We are in first mile. We start with the data and we go right up to the end mile. So we are an end-to-end solution provider in that space.
That sounds great. Now, What do you think, if we are talking about risks, what do you think are the possible early warning signals that companies should be aware of?
Okay, so on that, I think these days the management is increasingly progressive. This is not just a need for tech, but for example, a Pune Municipal Corporation or any other municipal corporation, right, or any other FMCG or whichever other, it is all about customer experience. And the minute you, or any other bank, and the minute you identify that your business is becoming only, and you're using only offline methods to sell versus martech, which is technology based sales and marketing, you know that you are supposed to hit the digitization space. So it really takes you to market much better, gives you expanded horizons. You bring your customers to you after getting to know them better. I think these are all markers for a company to know that they should be, and of course, scaling. Right, the minute you know that your capability to service your existing clients, or clients that are going to be onboarded, is getting a bit marred given your bandwidth. I think it's definitely time to jump onto the digitization and automation space.
Amazing. Now, can you please give us some examples of the most difficult problems that you may have faced while working in this company, and how did you solve them?
So I would say, I'll be frank and I'll say, early on in our career, say about 5 years ago, it was the entire, it was selling first technology to a company, right, who has a CEO who's, by the way, a depth of experience. But, there has been, but there is some sort of a, if you may call it, a generation gap, right, on whether, the early on CEOs who came from the IITs and Harvards of the world, they they truly believe that their brains work faster than any data machine out there or algorithm or whatever. And I've seen that in principle. I've seen that within my own family. But having to convince them that technology is not about a machine replacing a human, but is about augmenting decision making. I think that was one of the key walls that I hit early on. Having said that, now, like I said, there is so much awareness about digitization, AI, ML, data. Everyone's calling data the new oil mine, gold mine. And so I think we have passed that battle. But right now, I think large legacy companies, especially the ones that Elixir has worked with, have just not collected data over the years, and they've been in operations for say 50 years, but they never thought it was value enough to invest and create large archives of data. And data trends are ruling the world right now, right? Like, look at it. In 2 years of COVID, we've drawn, I don't know what all health trends given citizen data. But I think that is where the challenge lies. And I've met a lot of really mature companies who want AI ML solutions within their ecosystem, but they just don't have the data. So they're going to have to wait a little bit, mature even more, reinvent the cycle a little bit. So I think that's a key roadblock.
Thank you for sharing that. Now, please tell me, what is your opinion of privacy and how is Elixir AI dealing with it?
So, Elixir AI, as of right now, has worked only in the public domain. We work with public companies, public domain companies like the government, etc., where the data is not actually confidential data or PII data. We still haven't gone into the banking space. But I think data security as a whole, IT infrastructure is at its peak, it's at its maturest. And I think there is every kind of data security procedure that you can set up, firewalls that you can set up and secure your data, your employees, your customers, etc. So I don't think that is an issue at all.
That's great to hear. Now, how your company is investing in the employees within the organization to meet the demands of present and future?
Great question. AI, ML, data science, all of these are newer spheres of work that are coming through. And India has a very robust and deep, mature software engineer, technology kind of background. And it's about providing opportunity to these software engineers who've really worked hard the last 20 years or so, gotten somewhere. And I think you just don't want them to get redundant, right? So at Lexer AI, we invest a lot in training and development, reskilling, upskilling, what I call. Of course, the employee has to put in that extra bit of effort after his 10-hour day or 9-hour day, and really want to upskill himself and learn all the latest data science techniques. And Lexer is solidly behind all of our employees who are willing to do it.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. Now, lastly, I want to ask you, what are your future plans with your company?
That is, a question which has, so many answers to it. I could go on and on. My future plans are really, I think I have two products which are extremely relevant and useful for every municipal corporation across the country. And we have proved ourselves over the last 2 or 3 months by generating 20 crores upwards of revenue for a municipal corporation. When we generated revenue literally when every other municipal corporation was spending money. So I think we've proved ourselves, and my dream is that every municipal corporation opens their doors to us, and we just replicate this product that we have built so successfully for the use of every other municipal corporation. That is my dream.
That sounds amazing. I'm sure this is going to help our listeners a lot. Thank you, Mayurakshi, for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure talking to you. Looking forward to seeing many more innovations from your end.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Matthew.